Hi everyone, in this tutorial we're gonna create this nice card flip animation that we can use to reveal our content and create an interesting section. When we scroll to the content section, the flip animation starts and at the end the text content gets revealed with a nice fade in. You can find the links for both started and finished files in the description below, so let's get started. We have our text content wrapper stack that we're gonna copy, transform, and unfold to create the content reveal effect. Let's make the content frame a component to be able to add scroll variant effect later on. And in the content component screen, let's first convert text content wrapper also into a component to be able to easily edit. And in its component screen, we need to assign title structure into a plain text variable, and we need to assign the other text's content to a formatted text variable. Also, since we need plain square background to copy and flip first and reveal the text later, we need to create a second variant and hide the text in the first one. So I'm gonna create another variant, and in the primary variant we need our text's opacity to be 0, but since it's gonna affect the text also in the second variant, I'm gonna make them visible again there. Let's go back to content component screen before copying the existing content wrapper. To make things easier, let's name it top left, duplicate it and rename it top right. Then we need to remove top right's left pin and make its right spacing 0, but since this is its after flip position, I'll make its X origin 0 and Y rotation minus 180 degrees. Now we can create another variant of our content component and flip the top right card to take it to its actual position by simply making it Y rotation 0. Since we need to first clone the top right card, make it bottom right, and flip it to place it on top of top right card in order our animation to look seamless. We're gonna do that in an extra variant before flipping. So I will duplicate variant 2, name it variant 22, and duplicate top right, name it bottom right, remove its top pin, make its bottom spacing 0, and we need it to be stacked on top of the previous card with a flip. I'll make its Y origin 0 and X rotation minus 180. Now we can duplicate this variant and rename it variant 3 and make bottom right's X rotation 0 to flip it back to its original position in this variant. For our last card, we need to duplicate variant 3, name it variant 32, duplicate bottom right and rename it bottom left, remove its right pin, enter 0 for its left spacing, make its X origin 100% and Y rotation 180 degrees. Then we need to duplicate the last variant, rename it variant 4, select bottom left, and flip it back to its original position by making its Y rotation 0. Since we also need a variant to reveal the text, I will duplicate variant 4, rename it variant 5, select all cards in it, and make their variants variant 2 to reveal their texts. Before creating the interactions between the variants, I will edit the content for each card, and in order those changes to be in every variant, we need to change them in the primary variant. Now we can set the interactions, right? Since we need our component to stay as it is until the layer in the view, we're not gonna add any interaction to the first variant. So I will drag a connection from second variant to the next one and make trigger appear. Enter 0.3 seconds for delay. And I'm gonna make its bounce 0. I'll repeat the same interaction settings for the other variants. Editing also the bounce. Now all we need to do is going back to home screen and adding a scroll variant effect to our content component, right? So I'm gonna leave the trigger as layer in view and start at center. The only variant transition that we need to set is from the first variant to the second one, since our component is gonna animate the other variants. This is the only transition we need. Let's preview. And as soon as we scroll down to the content section, we can see our content cards flip and reveal the content with a nice animation, right? Of course, we can scroll up to replay and see it's a great effect to create an interesting section, right? I hope you liked the tutorial. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe, turn the notifications on, check my other tutorials, and see you in the next one.